Brian Sapinski here, along with the man Joey here. He's feeling all good. And welcome to an unexpected edition of Games by the Numbers. I'll explain what I mean by that in just a moment. The first thing we want to establish here for this video is, in case you can't tell by the shirts that we're wearing here and stuff, we, or at the very least myself, are wrestling fans. I've been a wrestling fan for many, many decades, between WWE, WCW, ECW, AEW nowadays, and all of the promotions, as many as I can follow. And this past Christmas, this guy got something that I would never have gotten myself in my entire life for reasons that I will explain some other time. He got a PS5 for Christmas, and he decided to do something for me. He paid Santa's generosity forward in getting the PS5, in that one of the first things he did when he got gift cards to purchase stuff through it, he decided to get me WWE 2K22.
And now I play it all the time.
Yes, that's true. And while I personally don't play many wrestling games, I haven't really over the years, there's one particular reason why he got me that game, and it's because of these two guys. Yes, Austin Creed, who runs a channel that many of us care about in the wrestling and gaming fandom. He runs the very popular YouTube channel UpUpDownDown. And he, along with one of his main cohorts, Tyler Breeze, they have for many years on the channel waged war against each other in a contest known as Battle of the Brands. What they've been doing is they've been taking the older WWE games, most notably SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, and they have been running it in GM mode, where they will each take control of a brand and try to see who can book a better product and have more fans watching their show at the end of a full calendar year. So when he decided to use his cards to buy 2K22 for me, he did it with the express purpose of us playing GM mode against each other. And that's exactly what we do. I play against the kids. I manage Raw. The kids book SmackDown. As a matter of fact, we've even gone so far and done what Creed and Breeze have done and created these binders for ourselves to keep track of our weekly bookings. I've even gone one step further and changed from standard loose sleeve to look at all this finely detailed printed material to keep track of all of our stuff. We are organized here, people. So why are we talking about a wrestling game here on a math channel? Well, as part of what being a GM is all about, you have to book a show while staying within a budget. You have a revenue stream that comes in every week, and that has to carry you through all of the business and spending that you do from week to week. So there is a lot of basic financial literacy involved. And me being the math guy that I am, I do my best to keep track of the money that's coming and going from week to week. But along the way, I happen to notice that the game has a couple of weird quirks as to exactly how they calculate their numbers. And I wanted to talk about them a little bit here, including one very interesting hack that could give you more revenue than you actually expected. So at the start of every week, the first thing you have to deal with is negotiations for any stars you have on weekly contracts. Whatever you pay to renew them will come off your total budget and does not count towards the calculation of your profit at the end of the week. This also applies to any free agents or legends that you sign that week and any power cards that you buy. Likewise, if you should decide to release a talent, that money gets added to your total budget. However, none of these figures will show up on the ledger at the end of the week. Instead, the starting cash figure on the ledger will only reflect how much money you had before you started to book the show itself. So it's important to keep a personal total of those figures each week so that you know how much money you're actually playing with. But in keeping track of those extras, I discovered that there's two other decisions that affect what the starting cash figure says. First is the double cost power card. Whenever your opponent plays one of these cards on you, it makes all special matches cost twice as much on the following week's show. The strategy is to play this card the week before the pay-per-views that take place every 5 weeks in the season. But here's where it gets weird. In this example from a recent video, Creed has booked 2 tables matches, each costing $5,000, an Extreme Rules match worth $20K, a TLC that costs $30K, and a Hell in a Cell worth $35,000. That's a total of $95,000. But thanks to the double cost power card, Creed is forced to spend an additional $95K to run those matches. That $95K is part of the show costs calculation in the upper corner. But at the ends of the week, when you look at the ledger, it reads that the show cost is $95,000 less than it was before. So where did that extra cost go? It actually got subtracted from the starting budget instead. In the end, it doesn't affect the math because it still calculates along with everything else to the same total. But when you're trying to write all of this down and keep track of it, it does mess with your head. My best advice is to tack that double cost on with all the other external costs you accrue. But if you think that's convoluted, there's the other number that affects your budget, the ad promo. Each week, one of the promo types you can have talent cut is an ad promo, where they use time to pitch a product backstage. They will often lose popularity, but gain you extra cash. That money is not insignificant, as it adds to your profit very nicely on the final ledger. But hang on a second. That's not what the starting budget said when I finished up on the booking screen. It actually reads higher. It turns out not only does it read higher, but the difference between the figures is exactly the amount that the ad promo took in. So that actually means that you got credited with the ad promo money twice. And before you think it's not counted at the bottom like it says it is, if you add up all the individual revenues, including the ad money, it does in fact add up to the total that it says at the bottom. And the total profit after subtracting the listed show costs matches up too. That little financial hack is a legit game changer. In fact, ever since I first discovered that glitch in week 10, I've been making it a point to book an ad promo in almost every week since. And my kids have been doing the same. They sometimes even book 2 a week if they can help it. Through the next 10 weeks of the game, weeks 11 through 20, these were the ad promo numbers that I pulled in as a result. I managed to pocket in those 10 weeks an extra $115,000 of revenue into my stream. And my kids, here's their numbers. They did even better. They managed to pull in $143,000 in extra cash. And that money has really helped us because now that we have reached the point of week 20 and beyond in the game, where those talent that we've signed to temporary contracts are now starting to ask for 20-week deals that go into 6 figures, sometimes even up to and maybe even beyond $200,000 a piece. That extra money, now that we have it, can really save our bacon in the long run, and it can do exactly the same for you guys. So I apologize that we're late to the 2K22 game now that 2K23 just got announced and is due out on March 17th. But hey, while we're still playing this, if you're a fan of 2K22 and you love GM mode, it's not too late. Start putting those ad promos in your week-to-week budgets and book them often. And hey, hope that when 2K23 does come out, hope that they haven't fixed this glitch so this way you can keep racking up that sweet coin, because trust me, you're going to need it. And that's pretty much it for us. So we hope you've enjoyed this little experience as we have accidentally discovered it. And if you enjoyed this, as I hope you enjoy all of our other videos, you guys know what to do. Please hit that thumbs up and like this video. Hit the bell, subscribe to us, all that wonderful stuff. Okay, and hey, if you'd like to see us do a follow-up on this just to see exactly who ended up winning our own little battle of the brands, let us know in the comments. We'll be glad to do a follow-up on this sometime. In the meantime, we hope you guys, had fun and see you soon. And let's go Raw.
Opposite day. SmackDown.
Opposite day.